Namaskar. Hello and welcome to 𝗖𝗍𝙬 channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today is Sumit as we'll take a look at these pro-Hamas protests, and they are getting to be quite ugly and in some places violent. That's one thing. The other thing we're going to talk about is the bio labs in Iran and Pakistan that the CCP has established. Should there be concern for India and the world? That's the second one. And the third one is the protesters are really becoming aggressive. They actually took pot shots at the New York Times office, one of their supporters. What can you say? Also, they have been shutting down arterial highways in Montreal, in Canada, as well as they tried to shut down the New York Penn Station, which is the main station for railway station for New York City. New York City gets a lot of traffic from adjoining states. So a lot of stuff happening. To explain the implications of this and where it's all headed, let's welcome Sumit 𝗖𝗍𝙗. Sumitji, namaskar. How are you?
Sri sir, namaskar, pranam, vanakkam, sadhu, all fine, sir, by the grace of Lord Mahakal. Yes, sir.
Sumitji, you're looking dapper in that new shirt that you're wearing. It's very nice.
Thank you very much.
More importantly, this protest, the students are becoming really noisy now. Also, I must tell viewers that the Department of Education in the United States has told many of the universities where the professors have been making 𝙒𝙬𝙤𝙪 remarks, meaning like not the appropriate remarks, anti-Semitic remarks, that they are going to be censored. In some cases, they may even be discharged. So this is the new one. And we're also going to show you a few videos. Over to you. मैं बंद करता हूँ.
Ji. Sir, in the name of Bhagwan Shri Ganesha, let's do the Shri Ganesha of this vlog. The important thing what we must understand and what we from 𝗖𝗍𝙬𝗿 channel have been trying to convey over and over again. You might see a Palestinian flag, being from the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You might see it at a railway station. You might see it at a tube station. You might see it at a gas station. You might see it at a flyover. You might see under an overbridge. Let's bust this propaganda. There is nothing called Palestine. This is all pro-Hamas support. They are supporting Hamas. There is nothing called Palestine in this. There is no Palestine in this. They are all supporting Hamas. Point blank. Palestine is only a facade which they are trying to use. They cannot directly say we are supporting Hamas. Tyranny is, sir, the whole of the Islamic world today is supporting Hamas. I mean, what to say about the students and all? If I look at all the people, 90% of them are supporting Hamas, and this is a fig leaf. What we call in our scientific world is a GUI, graphical user interface. The graphical user interface is Palestine. Bhi piche Hamas hai. Hamas, Hezbollah, Islamic Jihad, every goddamn jihad and jihadi is behind what they are supporting. What we have seen, this has become so widespread. At Iran, I'll cover Iran at when we go through, there's some developments in Iran, some developments in Pakistan. It is becoming so widespread. They are trying to use all the avenues, all the liberties, all the things what the Western life, what the Western civilization, or what a democratic country provides to its citizens. They are trying to misuse it. What, like you said, blocking the artery station, walking into newspaper offices, doing tamasha, doing natak. And the cabal has even activated the colleges and the students. Earlier we had seen students, now we can see even professors talking about it. The professor saying, oh, they are zonist. I don't know what the hell is zonist. I mean, where did this term come from? This is a term used by jihadis. When I see this happening in US universities, my mind goes bizarre. Who recruited these professors? What is the funding of these universities? Where do these professors come from? We know at least 2 professors have been kind of suspended by using these terms. And in classes, they are trying to make this divide. They are trying to legitimize the terror of Hamas. They are saying this Hamas is resistance. Sir, imagine, sir, earlier the jihadis and these OIC people were saying Hamas is resistance. Now in US universities and colleges, we are seeing Hamas is resistance. It's not only that. It even goes to UK. Even we have seen, there's a video we're going to show of Dublin, how there is literally a fight between how a Jewish student is being heckled, how a Jewish student is being tortured, and they are saying Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. You have to watch this video carefully. It is Dublin. It is not Gaza. It is not Pakistan. It is not Islamabad. It is Dublin. See the infiltration. I want to ask this question. Should such jihadis and people from such jihadi countries give student visas? Let's play the video first. Ji. Sir, क्या बदमाशी है ये? क्या गुंडागर्दी है ये? This is literally badmashi, and you are saying Allahu Akbar in a classroom, and you say you will kill that Jewish students. So the point I'm trying to make, let's not kid ourselves that this problem is only in Middle East, it's only in some Islamic countries. It is going to Christian-dominated countries. And if I'm a great believer in ancient other sciences and Sanatani books, and if you go by things which we know in Sanatani, a lot of traditions which are in that you will notice this clash of civilizations is imminent. These people are entering your campus, they are entering your university, they want your country, they want your education, they want your systems. I want to say Allahu Akbar, let's support Hamas. Because I am Muslim, Hamas is Muslim, so I will support Hamas. It's a very clear distinction, sir. We can kid ourselves and say no, A jihadi, B jihadi. No, it is the concept of jihad has entered universities, it has entered professors, it has now entered students. Imagine in a place like Dublin, you are trying to hackle a Jewish student just because he's a Jew, and you're saying Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And in New York, you're trying to disrupt the artery station. You're trying to get into a newspaper office. From Leaning Tower of Pisa, you have this kind of a Palestine flag. There's nothing called Palestine for your information. And who eliminated Fatah? Fatah was eliminated by Hamas. How many people did Yasser Arafat kill? How many people did he slaughter? How much of blood they have on their hands? I want to narrate one incident here, because today I'm really angry looking at what the heck is happening. There was an incident, sir. One Israeli woman. This I have heard, and this is on the social media, anybody can. What they did, they used to get hold of these young Israeli teenagers. The IDF rescue team arrives. So most of the women have shots here on the heart, right? And then there are shots here. You know why? Because they are literally mutilating them with bullets. They mutilate the heart. The head is broken. Just a second.
May I request viewers to like this video? We have a great response that far, but this needs to be reaching about 10 times the number of people, because we have carefully done a lot of research and we are going to be presenting you with compelling evidence. A minuscule population hopes to hold the entire country, in many cases across the world, to ransom. This is not on. This is just not on. In fact, correct, these demonstrators went and attacked the Democratic main office in Washington, D.C. The senators correct and congressmen who were sitting there, they had to be escorted out for safety. I mean, these rascals have completely lost their mind, Sumit ji.
Sir, jihadi hai, they are jihadis. Let's not even give them the privilege of being called rascals. They are absolute jihadis. That is the only term which fits on them. I was narrating this incident about the Israel. Sorry, it was an urgent call. Now I was narrating an incident. These people, first of all, what did they do? They started raping these women. It's like one after another. Then the women were shot in the head. Then they were shot here. The idea was to mutilate the body. So when IDF arrived at the scene, you have the skull broken into pieces, your brain scattered here and there, these teeth broken and all. And all of these women are blatantly naked. And you can see traces of semen, and you can see everything around them. This is what they had done. And there was one horrific incident. One of the IDF rescuers narrates an incident. He says or a survivor has seen this. He says they were raping a girl, right? And others were watching, one after one, they were raping and all. So suddenly somebody decided to cut one of her breast. So they took a knife and cut the breast, and then they were throwing this breast as it's a, this basketball passing to each other. And there is one more horrific incident, because I have to tell the truth, because I am tired of this bullshit which is going around in the world. There's one more truth I want to tell you. When there's one incident, sir, the guy, this Hamas terrorist, is raping a woman, raping a teenage-old girl, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, something, maybe 14, 15 years girl. While he is in the process, he shoots her. The blood is all over his face and body. And there are his fellow pictures who are clapping and taking pictures. Have you seen this kind of brutality? You're killing the person whom you're raping. While raping, you put a bullet in the head. And when the blood comes, you're very happy with it. This is the reality of Hamas. And I fail to understand how long world can tolerate this shit. What is the fuse of the world? Why we are tolerating this? Why? You see in Dublin, how dare you talk in Dublin, Allahu Akbar? You want Allahu Akbar, go to Pakistan, go to Afghanistan, go to Syria, do as much of Allahu Akbar you want to do there. Why Dublin? You want to have the Western Western life and Islamic life. Well, that doesn't happen. That is very clear. I appeal to everybody, whoever matters and whoever is watching this. You cannot have a 𝗒𝙗𝙑 ice cream. It doesn't work like that. You cannot have a winter sunny day. It doesn't work like that. It has to be this or this, that. So this is the first point I want to bring to your notice. This is what is happening. And I want to show you, I have seen one leader who has the courage to talk it out. I'll request Sachinji to play Donald Trump's video. See, sir, what he has to say. Really, I like this.
Abolish Israel. If you sympathize with jihadists, then we don't want you in our country, and you're not going to be getting into our country. I will cancel the student visas, Hamas sympathizers on college campuses. The college campuses are being taken over. And all of the resident aliens who joined in the pro-jihadist protests this month, nobody's ever seen anything like it. Come 2025, we will find you and we will deport you.
Sir, the point I was making, they are all jihadi supporters. They are all jihadis. They are supporting terrorists. The universities and the colleges are taken over. This is not what I am alleging now. It is the Donald Trump. I mean, don't say he's naive. He might exaggerate it about politically here and there, but this is what is happening. We have shown you the Dublin video today. We have shown you what has happened. Sree said, you told about the New York, what happened there, the Democrats' office, what happened there. Do we still have doubt that they are trying to now take over the colleges and jihadize or Islamize the education system of the West? I see this as a major threat, because there are a lot of wokes, there are a lot of people who are into LGBTQ and all. And about what I surprised when I saw one LGBTQ guy saying, I'm LGBTQ, I support Palestine. I told him, go to Palestine once. You will know what will happen to you. Because this, what you are, is punishable by death. Or punishable by, you can be stoned to death for being what you are and what you proudly say. We have no problem with you being LGBTQ or gay or whatever. That is your life. But in these countries, that is punishable to death by stoning. So the world should know this. Woke should know this. The world has to wake up and smell coffee. And we need leaders like Donald Trump who will call spade a spade, sir. This is absolute jihad happening in universities. How long can we say, oh, there's students protesting? What the heck is student protesting? Say jihadis supporting jihadis. Full stop. Khatam. Jihadis supporting jihadis. What student in protest? What is that student to protest? Is he gone there with his money from his father or uncle or whoever to do a protest? If he wants to protest and all, let him go and join Hamas. Let him join the Qaddas in Hamas. And anyway, Iran is giving the free passage. Where is the problem? Go and pick up a gun and settle it. Ji sir, aap kuch keh rahe hain.
So sorry, Sumit, I have to tell some things that are happening in United Kingdom, especially, as well as in Germany. Germany has passed some laws which is more or less banning any kind of anti-Semitism. But UK, Rishi Sunak's prime ministership is on the line. I'll tell you why. Before Suella Braverman, Priti Patel tried to establish a route so that a process, so that the illegals could be flown to Rwanda, with which they had made an agreement, and the illegals would have been staged there temporarily until their asylum application is processed. And if you did not get your asylum, then you are going to go back to your home country. You know what the bureaucracy did in UK? They made sure that Priti would not succeed. And Priti Patel, this is not in Rishi Sunak's time. It is in Boris Johnson's time. And then of course Rishi Sunak didn't want her. Clearly he sees her as a power center. And then he got Suella Braverman. What does Suella do? Suella tries to do the same thing. She is trying to say that the Metro Police is going soft towards the Hamas demonstrators. Why? Because London has become 35% white. This is the truth today. Only 3.5 people in 10 or 7 in 20 are the original Britishers. The remaining are 13 out of 20 in London are all immigrants. I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just giving you the numbers. Okay, it is getting overrun, and now Suella Braverman is out. He's got Cleverly. I don't know what Cleverly is going to do, but clearly he is trying to whitewash his cabinet. I'm telling you the way I see it. I'm not going to, yeah. I'm not mincing any words. Rishi Sunak needs to act. The first thing he said when he came to power, he said, I am going to fix the grooming gangs. 20 plus years, grooming gangs. Who are the grooming gangs? What are who are the people making up the grooming gangs? You do the math, guys. Pakistanis.
Yeah.
Why have you not acted? Who did they go after? Sikh girls, Hindu girls, white girls. The stories are this long. And the recent story yesterday that came up, one illegal, he is illegally housed in southern part of Britain, by the way. That is where all the illegals come in first. It has been overrun by immigrants. One guy has been accused of 35 rapes. 35 rapes. And the guy still roams free. What kind of a justice system is going on there? I have no idea. UK is a huge problem today. Rishi Sunak needs to call the army and fix this damn thing once and forever. Otherwise, this is going to be the template. They have become so brazen, arrogant. I don't know what other words to describe. Unless Trump comes in to fix it in US, I'm afraid this illegal immigration is not going to stop. Even today, thousands are still crossing into US. They have given some amnesty program for Venezuelans. Kya bakwas hai? If Maduro and what's his name, the guy before him, these guys made, they had oil money. They just stopped. They gave so much freebies that everybody stopped working in Venezuela. Today you have a problem because the freebies have run out.
Hugo Chavez.
Hugo Chavez, right? Sir, see, this is... sorry, I'll stop this rant now. But the last thing, okay, Xi Jinping, when he was in San Francisco, this is not shown on anything. But if you're following Twitter, if you're following Telegram, you'll see lots of anti-CCP protests. But you know what these guys did? They bussed people from LA. Multiple buses. In fact, we have pictures of videos showing the buses. Per person, $400. The going rate was $100 to start with. Nobody was taking it. So they increased it 4 times, 400. Not only that, many prostitutes have been brought in from one other city to entertain all these leaders who are there in this entourage. Sharam bhi nahi hai inko.
Sir,
go back to you, sir. Yeah.
Chinese, this is the part of Chinese culture. For example, if you and me travel, you will say, Sumitji, sambar is good. Here I'll say dal makhni is good. I'll say here, Uttaranchal wali dal is good. I say, okay, bring it, right? For you and me, say, kaun si dal hai liya? For Chinese, womanizing is as complex as for us trying a dal. It is in their blood. Womanizing and gabbling is their blood. I won't surprised at all because I've visited China numerous times and all. If the prostitutes are calling for the Chinese delegation coming, I won't be surprised at all. For them, it's like tasting a dal makhni and dal utranchali or Kerala dal. It's as simple as that. It's like a sambar, Mysore sambar or a Chennai sambar. It's as simple as that. It is nothing great for them. This is what is happening, sir. And what did the UK Supreme Court say? UK Supreme Court say you cannot deport people to the Rwanda. Now Rishi is saying that, okay, we will bring in a legislation and deport people to Rwanda. We are yet to see. Kya hoga, but we have a very competent administrator here whom they should come and learn how to handle these nefarious elements. Come to UP, work under Yogi Adityanath for a couple of months. He will teach you how to run. If he can run UP with 20 crore people and all the kind of characters here, he can run your country in days. You have to learn administration from Yogi Adityanath, learn how these elements are tackled. Every day in UP, we are tackling them. We are settling these issues permanently and for good. So that is the only way to settle them. It will be people who are infiltrating or people who have already infiltrated. That is how you do it. So that is the second. This is the important part I want to talk. Now I want to talk because we are also looking at the clock. Now, though it's a very big topic, I would love to continue more, but I've given you the major points so that you as viewers will get your mind thinking what the heck is happening. And friends, it is not UK. Tomorrow, whichever country you are living, it can come to your country also. You must say, I'm in Netherlands, it's okay. I'm in Australia, yahan to kuch nahi hai. Canada is okay. Oh, Iceland is okay. Or Denmark looks good. Sweden is fine. No. I'm seeing a pattern where it is being propagated to the universities and youth. God save the world and let us all wake up and smell coffee. That's point number one. Point number two, Sree sir, बहुत important चीज़ है what I'm going to talk now. Yesterday, I read something very sensational. In California, sir, United States of America, when Xi Jinping one day before was promising sun, earth and the moon, I will not compete with you, I will not overtake you, we don't want to compete, we want to do handshake, let militaries talk to each other. You know what was found in California? An illegal biolab run by Chinese. Biolab run by Chinese in California, United States of America. And when I read deep into it, bhai, isme hai kya? When the people entered the lab, first of all, the lab is illegal. It is run by Chinese. It is run under some disguise. They have found thousands of dead mice in freezers. When they further analyze what the heck are Chinese doing, what they were doing? They were trying to work on two fronts. First, they did a gain of function research and we all got COVID. I think all of us have got COVID once at least. I got it once, I know for sure. Everybody in my family got COVID and there was 14 days of nightmare. I did not know how many of them will be on the 15th day and how many will be left on the day 15. That is what you live in COVID. Anyway, we have all seen through that nightmare and there are a lot of people who are not with it amongst us because of that. Even my relatives are gone. My Mosa is gone and my Mama is gone. I will tell you my relatives. My Mosaji is gone. My Mama and Mami both are gone in COVID. So this hurts me when I talk about this. Gain of function research we covered in the episode in 𝗑𝗲𝙗, Fauci, Obama, Melinda Gates, what were they doing in Wuhan? We have covered that part. Now, what were Chinese doing? So they were working on two things first. Now you have developed the vaccines. Now, if you have this COVID attack, you will have a vaccine. We have developed antibodies and we have these, white blood cells which carry that program how to kind of counter this virus. Now they were trying a new thing. They were trying how this COVID virus can be re-engineered and put on and infect mice. Then these mice will be let go into the houses and these mice will be the new COVID carriers. So how a mouse can become a carrier? Now you cannot send people from Wuhan to the whole world. World is a bit less idiotic, I would say, less idiotic today. No, you are using the mice. Mice, you can genetically modify them. You sharpen the virus, you modify the mice DNA, he becomes a carrier, and they are sent to the American homes and let them go and infect all the Americans. Second program was vector. Vector yani ki mosquito. With mosquito-borne diseases, trying to sharpen the malaria parasite so that again you will infect people. Let me give you one statistics. Loose motion, what we call dysentery or diarrhea. Here, it looks like nothing. We all get it some day or the other. In India, 750,000 people die every year because of this. So when you talk of any disease, the fatality, when you look at the population, if the fatality is 2 or 3%, look at the size of population and count how many million will be dead. So no disease is like this. That is not. It doesn't end here, sir. They were trying to even modify the TB. How the TB can be more contagious. And I will tell you one thing which will literally, have the floor rocking. Shaking, sorry, not rocking. They were playing with the HIV virus. They were playing with the HIV virus and testing something on mice. And these dead mice were never disposed so that, somebody might come to know and all. They were still in the freezers. And what was found there? What was found there? So imagine we control the HIV with Indian drugs around the whole world. And now HIV is a disease, but it is a controllable disease today somehow. They were even manipulating that HIV virus and using mice for the carrier. Last cheese, sir, kya tha? What is the last thing they found there? They goddamn found an Ebola virus there. Ebola, 1 out of 3 will die, 2 out of 3 will die. Ebola is a very damn dangerous disease. What was Ebola virus doing in a bloody Chinese lab in California? And what is Joe Biden doing? What are the Americans doing? Where is Dr. Fauci hiding today? Do you think it is my and 𝗑𝗲𝙗 job to talk about this? Where are you hiding, Dr. Fauci? Where have you disappeared? Your media is covering it. Your media is covering it, but there is not even word. You are happy. Xi Jinping, Aya, good, Gadi, photo, all good. Oh, will not compete with you. The next day you discover this. And you know the local senator, what he has to say? Local senator is saying, China has not infiltrated America. Now China has infiltrated our homes. And all the media around the world see the Chinese control of the media is silent. It is onus on people like you and me to talk about it because we are concerned about the humanity. Now these all media houses are 𝗣𝗽𝗼𝗍. They don't want to talk about the biggest news, Ebola virus. Now if you look at some Ebola, chickenpox and some other viruses, they are only in 1 or 2 places in the world just for a contingency. And let me tell you friends, virus never dies. Virus only gets dominant. When it gets a host, it's activated. It's a piece of RNA or DNA which is dominant. It gets a host, it will activate. And what does virus do? Virus manipulates your cells to produce more of its kind. Bacteria multiply, but virus manipulates your system to make more viruses. That is why viral infections are more dangerous. You can still control bacterial infections because viral infections are very, very dangerous. You control bacteria by, Hindi mein batao, you reduce their khana pani. It's called competitive inhibition. By the virtue of competitive inhibition, the bacteria are not able to multiply and they die out. But virus is nothing like that. Virus is a piece of DNA lying for 1,000 years. It gets a host, it is activated, then the story begins. Now, Ebola, HIV, tuberculosis, vector-borne diseases, and Corona, COVID. I called it the Chinese virus. I don't agree with the terminology COVID. What were they doing in California? Who approved that? And when the local senator is saying this, why that is not the prime time news there? Has anybody questioned China? Do you still need American intelligence to go and tell you, look, these Chinese were there, or you want to say, oh, no, they were not Chinese. They look like Chinese. They were basically somebody from the Mars who came in. Now, you don't need any intelligence. So, this is the game, sir. China is playing with Americans within America. Now, you want to still trust Xi Jinping for all the BS he talks about? He's the most dangerous terrorist on planet Earth. He's the most dangerous bioterrorist on planet Earth. That's what I call him. And I have no remorse in telling him so. He's the most dangerous bioterrorist. This is sir, ye kal ki baat hai. This is United States of America. Did you hear anything? Did you have any mainstream media call? They're still busy with Sand ka card. 𝗒𝗍𝐺 ne kya kaha? They're still busy with 𝗒𝗍, Akhilesh and all. They will not cover this. Now, does world need a better proof? What proof do you need? Okay, Wuhan, China. Now, they have come to United States of America. California is the state. Your local senator is talking about it. I am talking about it because I read it on your media and you are very, very silent. You're very calm and composed. I don't know how many rats have infiltrated, what stage they were in. And it's thank God some Mahakal ki Maya prevailed and this was averted. Now my question is, you have caught one lab in the United States. How many more labs in the United States? Do I know that? No. How many, are there any labs in Pakistan? Possibly yes. Are there labs in Iran, South Korea? There are. Are there labs in Ukraine? Yes, there will be labs in Ukraine. So wherever Chinese money is gone, Chinese things are gone, these all things might be happening under disguise of something. I mean, do you know a worse kind of a bioterror than this? This is happening, sir. This is happening, sir. मैं आपको एक और चीज बताऊं. So bioterror in US. After Chinese president left, next day you discover a Chinese bioterror lab. Welcome to United States of America. God saves us from other countries. I don't know what they are doing. maybe I have to put 20 mouse traps. I'm now scared of a mosquito also, sir. Chuha to chhodiye, forget the rat. I'm even scared of a mosquito. I don't know. It may be genetically modified. I might get a malaria which will never cure. This shit is happening in the world. Sorry, today I'm angry. So I might not use very proper words. You have to excuse me for that. But I want to bring to this. So this is the Chinese wala biolab. Now what is happening in Iran, Pakistan, and these South American countries where there are no controls, South African countries where there are no controls, and there's a lot of Chinese money that they are indebted with Chinese debt. What the heck is happening there? We all have no idea. We all have no idea. I'll tell you another thing. What we should do now. I will request you all, please kindly like this video. Kindly like this video. Kindly share this video because I'm giving you some very important revelations. It is bothering you and me. It's not about Obama and Biden and Modi. No, it is bothering you and me. Everywhere where you are in the world. I don't know where the next lab is. It's yet to be got. If they could run 120 these fake police stations in the world, it gives me all the conviction to say maybe they're also running 120 labs in the world. God only knows where they are. So this is very important piece of information. Please like this video. I am requesting you. Please like this video and please make sure you send it to all your groups and wherever your friends. Point number 3, sir, which is again came yesterday, again dangerous thing. आपको पता कल क्या हुआ? Yesterday, sir, and I want Sachin bhai to project the picture of Obama. ये Obama की photo एक बार देखा. You know,
I was asking him to get another thing. It's okay. I think, Sachinji, can you please get Obama? Also, I wanted to tell you, while you were mentioning about how many of your near and dear relatives are lost to COVID, I'm also very sad to tell you that Sachin lost his dad to COVID. And he didn't have the COVID symptoms. That is what threw it off. And guys, the amount of things that are happening right now is just mind-blowing. And yeah, go ahead. There you go. Yeah.
Sir, this man, Barack Hussein Obama, Hussein Mia, what I call him, he is the biggest 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙪 of the whole world. He's the master of 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙪. We have seen about Joseph Goebbels. He's the next Joseph Goebbels of 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙪. That's what I call him, Hussein. I wanted to bring you one important thing. You know what did he do? We discussed on P-Gurus. How did he leave Iran out of shackles? He tried to do some, and his party men tried to do some nuclear deal with them. They kept on giving them, from $4 billion, this money swelled to $80 billion. So yesterday, International Atomic Commission, do you know what they reported? They said, Iran has enriched uranium 444 times. 44 or 400 times, I can't remember the number correctly, than what was agreed in 2015. The quantity of enriched uranium, I'm talking not about raw uranium, enriched uranium is 4,472 kilograms. 4,472 kilograms. This is 44 times or 400 times, I can't get the number, sorry, apologies for that. Then what is agreed in 2015 deal. So you give them money, you give them time. Here, Mr. Obama, your good buddies in Iran have 4,472 kilograms of enriched uranium. Well, Obama saab, good, very good work done. The biggest Frankenstein is there. She said, tell me how far they will be from a tactical nuclear head. I'm not talking about big one. Tactical nuclear head. You don't need a lot of technology for that. How far are they from that? It is after giving you money, after giving you everything, this is what they have done. And that is what Donald Trump was saying that deal is all BS. Will anybody answer, will Democrats answer today, how did this stockpile become? You are given the money, how did they reach there? Sir, you wanted to become.
Two things. Can you show the picture, please? Because people will be wondering, where did I get all that stuff from? Here is the information about the prostitutes being brought across from East Coast to the Pacific during the time that Xi and his entourage was there. Right. Next one, you mentioned about Iran deal. Sumit, see, many people were, cross with Trump when he actually walked away from the Iran deal. And the reason he walked away was this, that Iran was enriching far in excess of what their limit was. But then Biden comes to power. What does he do? He restarts the same deal. See, the thing is, what exactly is going on in democratic government? I have no clue, Sumit. In the initial days, that is from January 2021 for the next 1 year, Sridhar Chitala and I used to do Daily Global Insights, which we are trying to revive again, by the way, viewers. We used to have so many information. In fact, that time itself, illegal immigration had started. We said, look, you need to fix this. You know what the democratic government did? Biden administration, the place where illegals were being allowed, they stopped the press from going there. Press cannot cover. Then what they did was, then when they saw that, a couple of news channels were putting it out, such as P-Gurus, the senators went to the line. The senators went to the border. The senators standing there took videos and they shared their videos on their social media timelines. Only then some regulations started. My God, I don't know what has come to the United States. It has just completely lost its mind. The leader has become a walking zombie. That's all I can tell you. And looks like he has some drugs which makes him alert for 10 minutes at a time. And then I don't know what happens. This is really where things are right now. And Xi Jinping is making full use of a weak and ineffective president. My analysis, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Sir, this is the point I was trying to make. Now, if this is the quantum of enriched uranium with Iran, Do you think this war is going to stop with Israel? No. I can predict you today one thing, two things. My hunch, I have no information. Because I'm also a bit spiritual, so at times I get some hunches. I will tell you, this war will not stop. Iran will jump into the war. There is an Iran-American fight, 101% going to happen. You can avoid it for some time, but it is going to happen. Second thing, sir. Second thing, what I want to tell you, Turkey will walk out of NATO because Turkey will ultimately join jihad. So at the end of this war, whenever it will settle, you will have two countries disappeared from planet Earth, Turkey and Iran. They'll be gone. And by the time they are not gone, the place, this Middle East and all will not be stable. And you will see that by every passing day, each and every Muslim country will start, will start sympathizing with it, will start empathizing it, and will start talking about jihad. This is what is going to happen. This is the reality of life. We cannot be ostriches. If Biden is an ostrich, he might not be there after 5 years, but you are and my second generations will pay the price. All the people you are watching, your second generation, including yourself, are going to price. I was so, my heart was bleeding to know Sachin Bhai lost his father due to COVID. I know the pain. I have been through the pain. I lost my mama, mami. I lost my Mosaji. And I have seen the pain. It is almost first family. I have seen the pain. I can imagine your pain, Sachin Bhai. I can imagine your pain. And when I see this, my blood boils. And I see and when Chinese are doing this too, you are getting prostitutes to entertain them. Wow. And how will this Hussein Mia today tell how did Iran got this stockpile? This is International Atomic Energy saying, I'm not casting aspersions. How did they got this stockpile and what the heck is happening there? Will he have the guts to tell? Will he take the responsibility? What catastrophe did he bear to the world? And you are telling Israel, no, you have to be soft. Don't do anything in Gaza. Huh? These are innocent students. They are civilians. They are this. They are that. They are all cold-blooded jihadis. That is the way it is. And this tunnel rat of Hamas, the current head, is hiding in a tunnel right now. Israelis will get him. I wish them all the luck. Sir, if Israel doesn't eliminate Hamas, Hamas will eliminate them. It's very simple. It has reached you or me. Tum ya main. Do both nahi reh sakte. And we have to draw these lessons, and wherever our brothers and sisters are, and the government of the day has to draw these lessons, because you have to become Israel to survive. There is no other way. If you have the taqat, you will survive. Otherwise, you cannot survive. And these jihadis are not going to leave the way of jihad. Sir, wait, take my word. It's a matter of time. This war is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Because when he looked at this, do you think this Khomeini will do nothing with this if he knows he has so much of enriched uranium? Do you think he's going to just walk away and say, "Nee, theek hai, and become a very nice guy"? No, he will not do. That is what is happening. So, and how many such labs are in America, South Africa, African countries, African continent, I mean? How many of them are in Pakistan? How many of them are in Iran? I don't know. Possible they are. Ukraine, they are. So what are we waiting for? Another new COVID A, B, C, D, or a new virus to come and devastate our families, devastate our lives? That is what we're waiting for, right? And Biden, what you rightly said, 10 minutes, he's on, then he's off again. Kya bolu, sir? Now, because we have to look also at the watch. Now, I want Sachin Bhai to project one picture, and then I will talk. This picture. Ye dekhiye zara. You know what is this picture, sir? This is
Munir.
Mia Munir and the Gora. And the Gora, who is the Gora? Gora is the head of British Army. He's meeting Hafiz Quran Sayyid Asim Munir, the biggest terrorist of the world. He's the biggest terrorist of the world. He's dangerous than Hezbollah and Hamas put together, because he has army, he has nuclear weapons, he controls a country. Hezbollah and Hamas are still jihadi organizations. This man is more dangerous than Hassan Nasrullah, Ismail Haniyeh, Al-Halali, and all of them put together. Usse khatarnak hai ye aadmi. And I don't understand one thing. What business has Great Britain got to do with Pakistan? What is your army general doing in Pakistan? What is your head of staff doing in Pakistan? You are saying we are fighting jihad, we are fighting terror. Now, Mr. Rishi Sunak, I have great respect for you because you're a Sanatani brother. What is your head of staff doing meeting this mullah? He's a radicalized jihadi. What is your head of staff doing this meeting this mullah? What are you going to achieve with Pakistanis? Sir, kya ho raha duniya mein? What the heck is happening? What we were discussing, UK, we were discussing what is happening there. Now people see this image. What business has United Kingdoms in Pakistan? What can Pakistan offer you? They can give you the people who will run grooming apps. They can give you the people who will do 35 rapes. They will give you a minor who will 27 rapes, is still a minor. And your British law will send him to a, what you call that, kya kehte hain usko na English mein, where you, that home, wherein, there's some technical word they use, wherein they will try to groom you and change you. After 27 rapes, you will be changed? You will not be changed. Try it in UP. We will settle you very, very fast. You will not reach 27. You will not even reach 2. But the problem is, sir, can you imagine this picture? What is this Gora doing in Pakistan? What is Rishi Sunak's head of staff doing with Mullah Munir? What is business they are going to conduct? What are the things they are going to conduct? आपको कुछ पता हो, आप बताओ. I could not get any.
I have a hunch. I have a hunch. We can take down the picture, please. See, what happened was 1947, the disintegration of British Empire began, right? One by one, everything started breaking apart. So one of the things that British did was they still had training academies for the various new armies that were being formed. You know, Pakistan had a new army, India had a new army. African countries that became independent, they all had to have a new army. So all these people, they used to train them in England, and then they sent them back to their respective countries. Guess which a country has the maximum number of people being trained in United Kingdom? You want to guess?
Pakistan.
Yes. India has its own built-in training academy. India doesn't need anything. India has its own IIS training academy. India has its own military training. In fact, India trains many African countries' armed people. India also has helped establish intelligence organizations for many of the newly independent countries over the last 50, 60 years. India enjoys some of the best reputation in terms of like what it does to help a country. It helps set it up. It finds its own people, trains them, and then it steps back. It doesn't leave some, 99-year lease, goes and grabs land from there, tries to steal the natural assets. Nothing of that sort. That is where India is different from China. Back to you.
Sir, I wanted to make one point. We know the problems UK is facing. We know we have covered that protest wherein few million Muslims across the UK hit the streets that why don't you support Hamas? We have talked about 𝗤𝙗𝙗, we have talked about this United Kingdom, the Supreme Court. We have talked about how James Cameron is brought, who is a pro-Islamist and pro-Arab friend. We are talking about stockpiles of enriched uranium with Iran. We are talking about biolabs of China. We are talking about in a Dublin, you want to literally kill a Jewish student and say Allahu Akbar in a classroom. What is happening? And what is this Gora doing in Pakistan? I mean, Pakistanis have become a pain in your bottom. And now you are going to do, what are you going to achieve in Pakistan? Why are you meeting this terrorist? And if you have these contracts, you don't do it. And by the way, I have one good news to share. India has developed, I read somewhere on the social media, I'm not giving you some confidential information. India has developed a very advanced desert strike group, which can infiltrate deep inside enemy lines. It is over and over para SF, 9 SF, and all the para forces we have. It's a strike core which you have developed, and desert strike core. And where do we have the desert and whom do we share the border with? There's no marks for guessing that. So we are enhancing our skills. Sir, mujhe bataiye, you have 𝗤𝙗𝙗 go on. And you guys are going to Pakistan. And who's running United Kingdom? It's Rishi Sunak. I am really wondering who's at the control. What you bought a brilliant point that only 3.35% of the London is white, rest all is all colored. So who is literally controlling, United Kingdom today? And these people, these generals, so-called, have no shame. You don't know what is Pakistan. You don't know what Pakistan does. You don't know what is ISI doing inside London. You don't know who is training these grooming gangs. You don't know what these guys are doing. You don't know the barbaric things they did with Jews. And they were trained in Cherat by SSG commandos. I'm Haripur, where your paragliding training happened. So if I know it, this Gora should better know it much better than me. So what is MI6 doing? You were saying that Mossad was called napping. So what is MI6 doing? Facilitating. Mandvali kara rahi. Kya Hindi mein bolte? Acha mila haath milao. Sir, mujhe samajh nahi aa raha. I don't understand what the heck is happening in the world. I've given you all what we have in today's episode. I think it will go into the history from students to professors to biolabs to Pakistanis doing what they are Gora in Pakistan, and Iran has 44 times or 400 times the enriched uranium available to it, for which it signed a deal, it got money, And let me tell you, this war is not going to stop. With all these permutations, combinations, from when we met Defo yesterday to today, in 48 hours, this is majorly what developments I could track. There are a lot of undercurrents which are happening. There are a lot of small developments which are happening. So where is the world heading, sir? Where is the world heading? Do you think in such a situation, we don't need to protect ourselves? Do you think we have to really change the way we work, we think, we believe, and we call spade a spade? How long can world be a political ostrich? I rest my case with that, and that is the question I'm leaving on the audiences with. How long can world be the political ostrich? Namaskar.
Thank you so much, Sumit ji. And another interesting thing happened, viewers. Thank you. Another interesting thing happened before we go to Q&A. After 3 lakh, no, I don't say 3 lakh, maybe 1 lakh I'm getting it wrong. Pro-Hamas protesters gathered in Washington, D.C. The Israeli friends of Israel countered with 3 lakh, 3 times the number of people. Peaceful procession. Nothing hit, no pot shots taken at anyone. The number scared the White House so much that the White House spokesperson says, Jews, can you please tone it down a little bit? Why can't the moron say the same thing to the other side also?
Nahin, Jamai hai, sir. Jamai Raja.
I mean, I'm getting so fed up with this shenanigans in White House. Some of these spokespersons, I don't know. Like I said, I have already done one program, guys, as to how many different factions function in Department of State. I told you about how many have an anti-India stance, whether on their own or egged by somebody. I'm going to have more such episodes. Do watch them and you'll understand how badly divided the Department of State in the United States is. If that is the apex body that controls foreign policy of United States, we're not even looking at other departments. US has been overrun by lobbyists, and the people who want to break them, the US doesn't want them to come in. Who are those people who are trying to break them? Donald Trump, now 𝗣𝗽𝗍𝗏 𝗔𝙗. These are the two people who have openly come out and said, Trump in 2016 said, I am going to drain the swamp. That means take the water out of a bad lake. Swamp is like marshy lake. He said, I'm going to drain it of swamp. That was what he meant, that he's going to get rid of a lot of these people. And they all ganged up. Somehow the 2020 election was lost. 2024, if no rigging takes place, Trump should win. But I rest my case because I still have a lot of fears. If you want to understand why I have fears, you should read my book, Who Painted My State Purple? The ebook version is available on our website. You can definitely go and get it, and you can read it on the website itself. So thank you so much, Sumit ji. Let's now take some questions.
Thanks.
Magnet Ranga wants to know, all their protests do not take note of the brutalities of Hamas against innocents, yet the narrative gets such wide acceptance. What have they done to achieve this? Magnet ji, first of all, before he answers, how long did it take before people are now saying it is a pro-Hamas demonstration? They've been demonstrating since October 8th. Today we are on 17th of November or 18th of November, right? 40 days before people started saying, wait a minute, this is not a pro-Palestine protest. This is a pro-Hamas protest. Why is it taking so long for us to react? That is my question. Over to you, Sumit ji.
Sir, because we people read the headlines and conclude. The problem with most of us is we read a headline and conclude. Pro-Palestine, Palestine. But we don't go into the details. People like Sree sir and me will go into the details. We'll do our homework. We'll call people. We'll get the information and bring it to you. Because, I do a lot of TV debates in a day. But I don't get this opportunity. I don't get this time to explain you this. TV debate is in a 30-minute debate, I'll get 5 or 6 minutes maximum to talk, 5 minutes maybe, right? Here I have 1 hour. I can take your questions. I can explain you. I can show you the videos. I can show you the proof. The problem is also with the media, and the problem is also with people are buying this narrative. And this narrative was very carefully said. Sree sir did a fantastic video on that toolkit, how the toolkit was made. A part of that narrative was Palestine. Hamas ko chupao, Palestine upar batao. And what does Allah Akbar got to do in the Dublin classroom? Why should he shout Allah Akbar? Let him go to Syria and shout Allah Akbar. There, no problem kya? These are the things we have to really start calling out. Right? Cannot be like this. Next question.
And tomorrow morning, you will get the person behind the toolkit. Where is the funding of that person coming from? Antecedents, everything. 6 a.m. IST. I know Sunday morning, you all want to watch the game in the afternoon. That's why I'm putting it in the morning so that you guys will have some time to watch it. So do look out for it. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Next question is 𝗒𝙗𝘗 𝗖𝘂𝘁 wants to know, how long will US take to recover from post-COVID and 2 wars? It took US 8 years to recover from the 2008 recession.
Honestly, if you look at the US economy, if there's a good government, I think 4 years should be good enough. US is a powerful economy. Look, it's not a facade like China. The fundamentals are there. They control technology. They control IP. There's a lot of good things what Americans have brought to the world. Okay, corporate greed and all, that's a different issue. But the problem is that what Sree rightly said, the lobbyists and the vested interests are running it dry. It's like a 𝗒𝙬𝗿. It's like, what a termite which runs the wood from inside dry. That is what we have to fight. I mean, I cannot fathom this thought. You're getting prostitutes for Chinese at the state level. I mean, let me put a heart on my hand. In G20, we had almost the whole world come to New Delhi. Did you hear one incident like this? One incident like this? Even did anybody put an allegation that we are ferrying prostitutes to Delhi for the entertainment? I mean, this is too much, sir. This is goddamn too much. And what are they doing? They are making biolabs and trying to infect these rats and send them to your houses. This is what is happening.
Kesar wants to know, Hindu leaders masterstroke. Islam is furious after move to ban halal products. Your say.
Yeah, that is happening. I'll tell you, I have some good news to share with you. Uniform Civil Code is already implemented in Uttarakhand. Point number 1. Point number 2, today FIR has been registered Kesarji in UP, whereas some people were trying to promote or sell these so-called halal products. So there is no need of a halal product in a country like India. You have to sell it suddenly to Dubai or Jordan or wherever. They might need halal, go and sell it there, but there's no need for a halal product in this. And by the way, I can't tell you about anybody, but if I see a halal trademark on anything, me and my family doesn't buy that. It's your call. I'm not saying you buy, not buy. You do decide. But me and my family will not buy anything if it has a halal trademark on it. I'll choose another brand. I'll go to a chakki or do apna aata piswaunga. I will not buy a goddamn atta if it has a halal. What has my business got to do with halal? What is halal relevant to me? These are the things we all have to understand. Check your brands. If you have a halal brand, you have to take a call. I'm not saying boycott or no boycott. If your conscience allows, it's okay. If it doesn't, mine doesn't. Mine doesn't, I will not do it. So answering your question, Kesarji, so FIR has been registered. I suspect that in UP, the halal ban should come soon because Yogi ji is not in a mood to let this, shit fly at the fan. They are going. I think he's going because as a matter of fact, this FIR is registered. That means something. And now you see in India, a lot of things are implemented at the state level. Rather than trying to get it on the pan country and then to go to fight in Supreme Courts and every day do this and that, we are trying to implement a lot of things at the state level. So I see this. I get your feeling, and even I have the same feeling. I see this as a strong undercurrent building. Ji.
Next one, please. Recently, Yogi ji banned halal certification. Please explain this and how it can curb fundamentalism in Islam. 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝙪 𝗔𝙪.
No, Sharma ji, it's not about fundamentalism in Islam. The fundamentalism in Islam, it's an interesting question you asked me. There are 3 parts to it. Part number 1, the Muslims have to themselves come and reinvent themselves. Look, there was this crusades by Christians, but there was also a renaissance. But in Islam, for last 1400 years, it's only jihad and it's changing flavor, color, and type. But there is nobody talking about the renaissance. The renaissance has to come from the Muslims. If it doesn't come, I can predict you one thing. They are setting themselves for eventual. You know what I mean by eventual. The countries and the things will start, evaporating. The world is tired. World is losing patience. And I don't know how long is the fuse of the world left. And point number 3, that yes, Yogi ji has banned halal certifications today. FIR is launched and all. So this all halal business might be banned in UP because let me tell you, Sachin ji will have the number. The number has gone out of my head. I think it is, if my memory serves me going, it is 40,000 crore. 40,000 crore industry. Sachin bhai, can you confirm the number? I think that is what I remember vaguely.
सर जी एक कंपनी को हलाल सर्टिफिकेट obtain करने प्राप्त करने के लिए, to get halal certificate for one company per year, I think the rate is 7 crores. 7 crores. 40,000 crores is very easily achievable.
40,000 crores is the number what is in my head. This money goes for radicalization. What is halal? What in a country where 85% Hindu population, what we have to do with halal? None of my business, man. Why should I told you, if I see a halal mark on anything, I will not buy it. That is my personal choice. And my constitution gives me that right to buy or not buy. I'll buy alternate brand. So this is what is happening. 40,000 crore, maybe it's 80,000 crore. I can't, it's either of the two numbers. This money is being generated legitimately from the market and used for illegitimate causes. That is how the Kudrati biryani of Shahid Mahal comes. Oh, is little over 2 trillion rupees. 1,000 billion. The halal industry is worth
100 billion. 100 billion.
100
आपका
billion.
number कम था. I told you, right? 40,000 crores is only 4 billion. 5 billion.
That's what that's why I asked Sachin bhai to join. This number sum was not like, I didn't find it to it, but I could not remember the number. Now, $100 billion industry. B of Bombay wala. Kya bolu Sharma ji? So at least Yogi is trying to scuttle this money. Is trying to stop this money. You have to give him credit for that. That is what Yogi Adityanath is up to. It's not only about fundamentally. It's the paisa. $100 billion. It's a lot of money.
Next one, Chaitanya Takley wants to know, how come West Bank is silent on Israel raids and not attacking it?
Their fuse is running short out, Chaitanya ji. It's a matter of time. They all will join jihad. Take my word, Turkey will ditch NATO, they will join jihad. You see, Iran will not join, they will join. Lebanon, Syria, all of them, they just wait and watch, has just begun. If you think it's a 40-day, 60-day war, it is not. Even Russia-Ukraine war, people thought 30, 40 days, it's 1.5 years, is still going. Do you think this is going to settle? This will never settle, sir. There might be a lull, there might be a dominant phase. But I have shown you videos of Hamas leaders, Hamas terrorists. What is in the mind? We have to eliminate Israel. So this is the game of the mind. This is the clash of the civilizations. You cannot avoid it. You can dampen it a bit, you can tether it a bit, but it will happen. In the world, I think it has started. It has already started. I think when Taliban came back to power in Afghanistan, you can see that as the first turning point. Then after that, relate the sequence of events, it started. And who is killing whom in Afghanistan? Well, I don't have to tell you.
Next one, please. Khalistan should be created in Gaza. What do you say? Sit the way.
Canada.
Next
Jaga
one, please. Jaga bahut hai, right. Kushan and Keshav wants to know, from Bay Area, he asked Sumit sir, Biden openly remarked that Xi Jinping is a dictator. Do you think that the relationship with China is at its lowest? Reason for inviting India to the APEC summit, not inviting India to the APEC summit.
You see, the reason for not inviting to the APEC summit is because there are some summits which Americans want to dominate, and they want to say it's an entry by privilege and by invitation. So if you don't invite India, you're not inviting 20% of the population, world's 5th largest economy by GDP and 3rd by PPP, a nuclear triad, 800 million youth. So your gathering doesn't have that momentum. With due respect to all the countries, you can, what we Hindi mein kehte na, you can invite all chungus mangus, but they do not make up. Or Hindi mein ek aur kahavat hai, sir. I'm not trying to draw parallels. Kehte 100 kutte milke bhi sher ka shikar nahi karte. I can't tell you more. So you can get whomever you want, but it doesn't really matter. And what you have asked, Biden is right. She is a dictator. And if you see that video, I have one video. I can't send you right now. Anthony Blinken, you have to look at his face. His face, he was like this. It was almost
I had a monologue on that. Yes. Viewers can see that.
You saw that video. He was literally, bhai, agar itna dhar lagta hai, to phir barchasu mat chalao na. If you're so scared, you can't be the big boys of the world. If you want to be the big boys comes at a cost. Either you can choose to be big boys, or you can choose to be a normal country. So you can't have both the things together. It's like a child who wants to eat the cake and also have it. You can do one. So I don't know why Anthony Blinken was so worried. I mean, he is a goddamn dictator. I call him the biggest bioterrorist of the world. And this Mullah Munir, I call him the biggest terrorist of the world. Biggest terrorist of the world. Who has an army, who has possibly nuclear weapons, who has a country behind him. Hassan Nasrallah doesn't have so much of money. Ismail Haniyeh doesn't have so much of money. Al-Halali doesn't have so much of money. The amount of money which you and the power which Mullah Munir has. And this is the reality. I don't mince words. I speak my heart and mind out. I mean, if somebody will not like me, it's okay. You cannot like me, but this is the reality. This Xi Jinping is the biggest bioterrorist of the world. How many million people has he killed? How many million people has killed? We have lost our relatives. Yahan dil mein takleef hoti hai because we have lost our relatives, and now my brother has lost his father. Imagine us, talk to my heart, you will feel the pain. Next question.
Next question, please. 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙆 wants to know, is it true that Pakistan is supplying Israel with weapons?
Why does Israel need Pakistani weapons? They are
I know,
all Chinese.
that's what I thought too. My thought too.
All Chinese shit. Sorry to use not a very proper word. Because today I'm angry knowing what is happening in the world.
Chaliye, with that, our program comes to a close today. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar. Jate jate aapka ek, how do you greet Mahadev?
Ji, sir, I have to first request today, everybody, kindly like this, kindly share this, kindly send it in your groups. We are sharing you the information which you will not get in any mainstream media. I'm sticking my neck out and telling you. If it would have to come in mainstream media, it would have come by now. Then we don't, that 𝗒𝙗𝘗 did not need to do this job. That kind of analysis we have given you. This is impacting everybody's life and can impact everybody's life. So like, share, subscribe, and please forward this video. I don't tell you for every video. I tell you for very specific videos. So in the end, I would say, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai, and Har 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 Mahadev.